So here's a case story. Craig Roberts is a picture stole, before and after picture stole this from a Vegan Ava's video about Craig. So look at that before and after photo, and this is this is what we're talking about. This is like personifying the results, mate. And here's a picture of Craig when I first met him. Let me have a look at it while I'm talking to you. Okay, so you can see in this picture here, I'm holding a coconut, and I've got no straw in the coconut. That's what, just drink it like it should be drunk. Freddie's in the background. This is after the Q&A. And Craig's just walked up to me, and that's his bike there. And you can see how wide he is. He's wider on the side than I am face straight forward. And he actually looks slim in this photo, but he's a big dude. He was a big dude. And now he's got a lot of heart. And you can see in the background, got the vegan shirt, and then got that little hashtag, cut carbs, cut life. That's actually Bonnie's hashtag that Jason and Henya stole. And they started selling t-shirts with it. That's another story. Anyway, so Craig is a great case study. You can see his bike there. So he turns up. He's definitely out of shape. He's obese, and look how much he was sweating. And he's just been sitting down. He was sweating sitting down. Right? And I'm thinking, you look at my face, I'm thinking, fuck, what have I done here? Is this dude going to have a heart attack on his way home from the Q&A? And I was thinking, But then I looked at his bike, and I'm like, he's got a bit of knowledge. He's not a total noob. He's got his bike there. It's a little bit worn. It's got a few scratches on there. He knows how to change a flat tyre. So he's got some level of experience. So he's bought his bike. He's ridden around the streets a little bit back home. And then he's made the jump to Thailand. And he's making it motherfucking happen. So Craig is a good example of the personality type that we're trying to attract, embrace, cultivate, motivate, and support. And I'll tell you what, like, I went to Thailand a few times last year, and I just randomly bump into Craig, I mean, Chiang Mai is like, there's a lot of motherfucking streets, alright? There's a lot of motherfucking streets. But I'll just see Craig randomly riding everywhere. And I'm like, fucking, there he is again. And there he is again. It's like the universe was just like showing me, during rider, here's a motherfucker who's made some massive lifestyle changes. He was the fattest person last year at our festival. Without a doubt. He was so out of shape. He went up Doi Satep with Danny. I think it was Danny. And he got to the steep bit before the temple there, and he sort of, pretty sure it was there, and he sort of got off balance, and he fell backwards. He almost crushed fucking Danny. You know what I mean? It was like, and then he rolled down the hill like Humpty Dumpty. That's how out of shape he was. Now he can do it in about 48 minutes, 40 or something like that. 48 minutes of Doi Satep. Pretty fucking good, man. Most fit guys couldn't go under an hour up there. 48 minutes, man. That's incredible. And that's just in like less than a year. From being the Humpty Dumpty to going 48 minutes, man. That is huge. And what's his secret? Just eating well and riding his bike around. I never ever saw Craig in a taxi. I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he was doing like a car fast or something like that. Like not stepping in a car unless it was like some emergency or whatever. And that's what we're talking about. So Craig was one of these people who wasn't emailing me, I'm too fat, I'm not sure if I can come along. He just fucking brought his bike and fucking turned up. 80% of success is just turning up. And doing it every motherfucking day. Alright? 80% of success is just turning up. Go to training, get dropped, come back again next day, get dropped. Make the food, eat it, come back again next day. That's 80% of success. YouTube, boom, upload another video. Just turning up every motherfucking day. So I see Craig all the time turning up. He's just kept coming to every event, riding around, couldn't keep up, get dropped, go home, come back again next day, whatever. And then he's doing border runs on his bike, cooking himself, and maybe catching a bus back or whatever, but just pushing his limits. But it's also in a sustainable way. So that's the sort of person that you want to hang out with, man. All right. A lot of people in life, we just gravitate towards people who've been doing something for 20 years or whatever. And that's good, but that's a lot easier for them to have the results of success or whatever than someone who's just totally starting from scratch. I think that's why I've been so passionate, because my fitness was total from scratch. I wasn't a fit kid at school. I was a sick kid in school. I was never seen as a fit person in school. Even in high school. Last year high school was not fit. So they're the best people, because some people are just born natural athletes, man. They just, whatever they do, they got better genetics, or they're just born. You see, they're at school, they're winning running races just like that from day one at school. They just got some genetics that are going down. They're probably not the best people to take advice from because they don't really understand what it takes to build something. Or it's people who are like, you know, they're on YouTube and they've got some aesthetics and they're like an 18-year-old aesthetic girl and it just whatever they do, just it goes viral. It's not because they got like hell skills, it's just because they're just born with genetics. So they're not the best people to follow for YouTube model, etc. Does that make sense? People who are born into money aren't the best people to talk about making money. It's the person who lives in the street, dead broke, like me, and then to where they are now. It's like Henry Ford or all those people. If you want to get motivation or tips, it's best to get it from people who are self-made. That's what I'm trying to say. Self-made people. So Craig is self-motherfucking-made now. He's not some superstar cyclist kid who's groomed from he's 8 years old, you know, bought bikes, coached, whatever, from 8 years old. He's self-made now. They're the people you want to take advice from. But Craig's mantra, I would say, would be just carbon up, seeing food as fuel to move his bike. Everyone needs transport. Everybody needs transport. So these people go, I don't want to ride a bike. If you want to ride a bike for basic transport, then you are really being a cancer on the planet. Think about it. If you can't ride your bike to the shops or just some basic stuff, you know, especially on holiday, that's really cancerous, pernicious attitude towards the planet. I mean, you come to Chiang Mai, the traffic is getting hectic because you got a lot of tourists coming over, especially the Chinese tourists, not being racist or nothing, but you got the Chinese tourists come over, they don't want to be on a bike because they consider bike poverty. So they want to be in the car. They would rather be in the car, literally going 1 hour at 5k an hour, but being in a car in air conditioning than being seen on a bicycle because it's like poverty, you know? It's crazy, isn't it? Even our friend Stephanie, who's got the dark tan, rides a bike, a lot of Chinese people would think she's poor because she's got dark skin and has to ride a bike, even though she's fit as, you know. It's hilarious, the culture shock. People with the same heritage have totally different warped views. If you are not on a bicycle and your goal is to get weight loss transformation and do it easily and effortlessly and save money and just meet cool people, then I'm not sure how you're going to do it. And you won't change in your brain. It won't work as well as if you had a bicycle. A bottom line, everybody needs a bike. Everybody deserves to be lean. So if your goal is to be lean and have transport, you need to have a bicycle, man. Again, you can agree with me, disagree with me, or you can agree with me. But look at Craig Roberts' example, man. That motherfucker is self-made. That's probably the best transformation I've seen. And I don't have to worry about his transformation being unsustainable because he understands cycling. He understands what to fucking eat. He understands how to put them together. That's pretty much it. Eating well, ride your bike. Pretty fucking straightforward. But people are so shocked at the simple solution. They're just like, the solution is so simple. They're just like, oh my God, like I'm shocked at the answer. It's like the ego can't process. It's too simple. Like, how can an obese guy in just 8 months become a fit dude? Just like rice, fruit, and ride his bike. Like, cyclists suck. I fucking hate cyclists. That's shit, isn't it? That's a shit cunt personality to have. Be like Craig. Calm the fuck up. Get on your bike and live the adventure.